Well, welcome back. Thank you so much for praying with us for the launch of this brand new life-giving church in Walker, Michigan later this September. We have our second ever public interest party happening this next Sunday. We're having it at a local breakfast brunch spot and inviting anyone and everyone who's not currently connected to a life-giving local church to come check us out. When you get a chance, will you go on our Facebook or Instagram page and share our most recent post? There are so many people in our area who, for the most part, are doing life all on their own. The only person who really knows them is themselves, and they don't love what they see. They're nervous about walking into a new room with a bunch of strangers, but they also don't want to copy and paste their past into their future. They need spiritual encouragement for courage to show up and try something new. I know you don't know their names, I know you don't know their stories or their circumstances, but will you make it a point to pray for them every day this week leading up to Sunday? Whenever we're set to take a step into a freer future, God's enemy comes along to discourage us and disconnect us. Please pray that God's plan for these individuals, these couples, these families comes to pass. This week I want to take you to John 6, verses 44. A verse that I pray every time before I preach. It says this: "No one can come to me unless drawn by my Father who sent me, and I will raise that person up on the last day." That verse takes so much pressure off what we do as followers of Jesus. We're not the X factor in people's lives. Their hope isn't reliant on us. We're just linking up with God's purposes for them. He's working, He's moving, He's inspiring, He's encouraging, He's tilling the soil, He's orchestrating the circumstances of their lives. We just have to be aware enough to partner with Him. He draws people to Himself in spite of us. We don't have to push the boulder up the hill. We just have to not get in the way of what He's already doing. It reminds me of a friend I met while valeting. Mel and I were young in years and short on cash. I had just finished seminary, which was great, but we were also dirt poor. So I got a second job as a valet downtown Indy. And I would bring my valet uniform to church, work a full day, and as everyone else was driving home, I'd change and then go wait in front of a restaurant, parking people's cars at various fancy restaurants in Indianapolis. Most of the time, I'd be working a shift with someone else. When you're standing next to someone for 5 to 7 hours a night with nothing else to do, you get to know them pretty quick. And this guy and I were similar ages. He had just poured out his story. The year before, his younger brother had passed away in a car crash, and they were absolutely devastated as a family. He was broken, but he was looking for a way back to God. So we prayed together, and I invited him to join us on a Sunday at the church that we were attending for the start of our next series. Even though he was a 40-minute drive, he showed up that next Sunday and ended up rededicating his life to Christ. You don't have to be a theologian, a seminarian. You don't have to convince anyone. Just be ready to point them in the right direction. Be ready to pray, to invite them to be a part of your life. Be a friend. God is already working. He's already moving. Will we just join Him? For the next 60 seconds, will you pray that God ordains moments for you and for me to connect with people that feel far from God and invite them in a way back to finding full life in Him? Thank you so much for praying. We'll see you back here next week.